Little William, I was just looking at his little picture. He's adorable. He's 4 years old. Now, William's situation is different.
It is unique. William blessed us 4 years ago. He was born with Down syndrome, and we've had a couple issues that came up along the way, and typically children with Down syndrome need specialized care. One of the things that started to become an issue for us was around the age of 2. We were noticing that we were unable to transition from pureed foods into like a stage 3 that is the normal progression, in eating. And it was becoming a real challenge. 3 times a day we would be fighting with him for over an hour just to try to get him to eat. He would be gagging, and we were just at our wits' end thinking, was there something that we were doing that we weren't doing something right? And we reached out to Dr. Cohen in Pittsburgh, and he actually referred us to Akron Children's Hospital in Akron. They have a specialized feeding team. They sat down with us. There were therapists. We had a psychologist, talked us through the process and found out what was going on. He had hypersensitivity in his mouth and a hypersensitive gag reflex. And less than 3% of children, regardless of disability or not, had a feeding issue. And it's rare, and it was comforting to know that they had experienced this before and they were able to help us through. So what happened is we stepped backwards in the feeding process, took him back to pureed foods, and we're still there, but what a huge improvement. We're able to eat. Yeah,
yes.
We're just so thankful.
It had to be frustrating for you and for William, and he, just being that young, he can't verbalize, just...
Right, and we weren't able to understand, he was giving us cues, but wasn't able to communicate at that point. So he's eating, it takes us 10-15 minutes to get through a meal, and you just don't realize what a gift that is. People take for granted just normal things that you go through, and there are things that we have to work for in every step of his life. But he's eating, he's in preschool now, thriving, really starting to talk. It's just amazing.
And you see how, as a parent with William, who is just a blessing to your life,
Yes.
but you see other parents, they do take things for granted, and something like, my kids always eat, they always have something in there, they're always doing, you forget. And it's so nice that you had the staff that could help you, and
Right.
they really, and a lot of times you think you're going to go in, and with some doctors and those, you're just not, you just keep going, but they really spent time with you.
They really
and weighed all the options and all the possibilities. Why is this happening? Which it has to make you feel better.
It does. We have therapy with them once a month. We drive up to Akron, so we're hoping soon they'll be coming to the Mahoning Valley.
Yeah, well, we're adding services here all the time. And that is such a great story, and you've got to be very proud of William and very proud of yourself.
Oh.
You guys been through a lot.
We
He's doing great.
He is.
Every day. And so we just keep working on adding foods, or right now we're just going to stick with what's working? And
we're sticking with what's working and slowly introducing. He's munching on some apples and
I can maybe
oranges.
teach William something if he just hung out with me for a weekend. I
Yeah,
gained
we
10
all.
pounds. Yeah. William, come here, buddy. I'll show you how you can eat.